All right, hello to you. Good afternoon. Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shade here, tracking the tropics. Less than 40 days left in our 2025 Atlantic Basin hurricane season, but it's not over until it's over, right? So let's try to get through the last little bit of this without too much craziness out there. So far, we've been spared any tropical hit across the Texas Gulf Coast all season long. So let's keep this streak going in the last month and about a week left in the hurricane season. All right, these are the storms that we've had so far this season. 13 named storms. Out of those, 4 blew up and became hurricanes, and out of those, 3 became major hurricanes, and 2 of those were category 5. Monstrous, humongous, dangerous, very powerful hurricanes. Of course, those were Aaron and Humberto. So the next name on the list would be Nestor. Good news right now, don't see any signs of Nestor developing, but we do still have Tropical Storm Melissa, so I'll show you where that one is headed and where there could be some big impacts in just a minute. But we are getting closer, as I've been mentioning, to our average number of named storms and hurricanes for a complete hurricane season. We're one shy of our average number of named storms. We've had 13. We normally have 14. Hurricanes, we've had 4. Average season would give us about 7, and we're tied with our major hurricanes. Also getting a little closer to the numbers that Colorado State University meteorologists predicted back in July. So things have been picking up really for about the last month and a half, and we still have an active tropics out there. We've got Tropical Storm Melissa that bubbled up and continues to keep its act together at this point in the Central Caribbean. Right now it's south of Hispaniola, southeast of Jamaica, but here's the problem. It is moving extremely slow, barely moving at all at times, and it is likely going to hover close to these Caribbean islands, Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, eastern parts of Cuba, and dump a ton of rain. It's also expected to become pretty powerful, likely a hurricane by this weekend, and maybe a category 3 or 4 hurricane, believe it or not, by early next week. So a lot to watch with Tropical Storm Melissa. Before we get to all of this, though, if you're wondering, is it coming to Texas? The answer is no. It should stay out of the Gulf, but it is going to be a huge threat for the Central Caribbean. So we currently have tropical storm warnings out now for all of Jamaica and for southern parts of Haiti. In fact, a hurricane watch is also in place for the southern portion of Haiti and all of Jamaica with a big flood and wind risk. We're talking about maybe 1, 2, almost 3 feet of rain potentially for some of these spots. So Melissa is expected to move very slowly with weak steering current. So that is the reason why we're expecting the rain totals to pile up. Some of these islands are also very mountainous, so that's going to help to squeeze out more heavy rainfall and create maybe some mudslides. So you can see the very slow progression of this. It's just kind of meandering right around Jamaica. Never really makes landfall, but the official forecast just has it hovering close to shore for Jamaica, and it is getting a lot stronger. It's moving into very warm water temps in the middle 80s, and that is going to blow it up over the weekend into early next week. Right now, kind of struggling. 45-mile-per-hour winds, barely a tropical storm, movement to the north-northwest at 2 miles per hour, but you see it is forecast to become a category 4 hurricane by early next week. So that is pretty major. So cruise plans may certainly be impacted in and around Jamaica and some of these other Caribbean islands. All right, extreme uncertainty for the path at this point. You can see all of these different computer models, and they don't know where to place this thing. Some of them are taking it over into central Cuba, some eastern Cuba, one Jamaica, one Haiti, one the Dominican Republic. So it's basically all over the place. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on the forecast, but the official National Hurricane Center forecast does kind of have it moving a little bit closer, crawling, if you will, closer to Jamaica over the next few days and getting a lot stronger. So here's our Fox weather model showing the tropical system really getting close to Haiti and over into Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, eastern parts of Cuba as we go through the weekend. You can see it's just spinning, not really moving very far, very fast. So that is going to be a huge flood threat for these spots. So I think that is going to be the biggest problem. But also as it gets stronger, there will be the potential for some wind gusts, maybe over 80 miles per hour, as it is expected to strengthen into a hurricane hurricane. All right, that was our Fox Weather Tropical Model. This is the GFS Futurecast, and it shows a similar setup. It's spinning, just kind of sitting over some of the same spots. The dark reds and yellows indicating heavy rain stretching from Jamaica to Haiti to the Dominican Republic and eastern parts of Cuba. Now, the GFS Futurecast finally has this thing getting sucked up and lifted to the north by Tuesday of next week and moving away from these Caribbean islands. So that will be a good thing, but it's going to take some time for us to get there. So at this point, that's our only tropical system to track and to worry about. We're still looking to see if there's any chance for development for the Gulf, for the Western Caribbean, for the Eastern Pacific with this Central American gyre. This is a setup that sometimes will help to develop areas of low pressure that could turn into a tropical system. And we certainly have the warm water to support that. You can see water temps well into the 80s all across the Gulf and the Western Caribbean. But right now, nothing to worry about there. There's only one system in the Eastern Pacific, and it's already moving away from southwestern Mexico. It's already pushed south of the Baja California Peninsula, so it's moving away from land. However, there's still a chance it could turn into a tropical storm in the Eastern Pacific. In fact, it has been designated as an INVEST. This is INVEST 92E, medium chance for development over the next 2 days, and a high 70% shot that this could become maybe tropical storm or Hurricane Sonia over the next week or so. So we're monitoring that one. It's moving far away from us. Nothing threatening the Gulf. The Texas Gulf Coast looking good as far as the tropics are concerned. We do still have a very low shot something could develop in the Gulf through the rest of October, but as we get into November, our chances are extremely low. Now, there could always be some miraculous, unprecedented event that happens, but I doubt that we're going to get hit in November. Of course, we'll keep watching. It's still a possible shot to have a tropical system develop in November for the Western Atlantic and also for the western and northwestern part of the Caribbean. So we're watching things closely. Melissa will be a huge problem for Jamaica, for the Dominican Republic, for Haiti, for Eastern Cuba, but not for the U.S. So that is some good news. All right, we will have much more for you when Texas Live and Local continues after this.